Hey, this is Ashley with Just a Second, a podcast for Putnam County. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Just a Second. This is Ashley with the Putnam Chamber of Commerce, and I'm thrilled to be back here today with Alisa Scott from Streber Mortgage.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good.
You doing good?
Good. We just need some sunshine.
Yeah, we'll get some eventually. You know, spring is late to spring, I guess.
Yes, it is. We're close. We're almost there.
We're almost there. I'm excited to have you here with us today.
Thank you for the invite. I'm excited.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about you first. So why don't you tell our listeners out there a little bit about yourself?
So, of course, Putnam native, been here all my life.
Yeah.
I was just thinking this morning, actually, I've worked in Putnam County my whole life, too.
Yeah.
So, just family here. Of course, work for Streber Mortgage. Haven't always. I've been with them since 2017.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have a small business, family-owned, 1267 venue that we have in Buffalo. And love Putnam County. Probably will never leave.
Yeah.
Just we'll be here forever.
Be here.
Yeah.
That's really cool because you and your daughter now have a business together, and
so it's really like my husband and I, my daughter, my son-in-law, we all are, participate in the business. We all have our own little part that we do. So, and it's done well so far. We're excited about it.
Yeah, it's a great venue to have, especially, where a lot of the things, event venues and things like that are along the Valley Road, and to have that over in Buffalo is a great addition to that side of the county and for the people over there. And I know that even a lot of people from over here have started going over there for.
You would be surprised. We have people that come. I mean, it's surprising to me too, but everywhere. I think as far, I don't know where our farthest person has been, but I know like Gallipolis, Ohio, we've had people come from there. So it's interesting, all the different events that go on there. Yeah. It's kind of surprising sometimes.
Yeah.
But
you and your daughter like to thrift too, don't you?
We do. Yeah. We love flea markets. We both. She's getting a little bit more into it now, but used to be probably not so much, but she is liking it now. But we go all over. Yeah, we like doing that.
That's a special time to do that together. Let's talk a little bit about what led you into the mortgage business.
So, it just kind of happened. Actually, as I said, my previous job, I was in Putnam County 29 years on the same job, and they happened to be leaving West Virginia. So, Lisa McDade, who brought Streber Mortgage to Putnam County, I think it was in 2011. She just reached out. She was like, "Hey, you want to come work with me?" And I'm like, great timing. Like, why not? Yeah. I was a licensed realtor, so I had a little bit of, that beneath on my belt too. That gave me a little bit of hope that, okay, I can do this. But it was just perfect timing. She needed help and I needed a job. So I was like, okay, let's do this. And then, of course, I started with her in 2017, and of course, very fortunate to be trained by her because she was in Putnam County. Gosh, I think she probably 30 plus years. Yeah. So very fortunate that she took me under her wing and trained me, and then she decided to retire on me. So, which was good for her. That was good. And then she retired just last year, and so that's when we come up with the idea for the event space. I wanted an office, and Buffalo needed a venue, I thought. So we just kind of put that all together and said, okay, let's do this. So, and then I drug everybody else into it too, my husband, daughters, all of them come into it too. So that's where the office is for Streber. It's the office is at the 1267 venue, and got my first year under my belt, so I feel a lot better now. But Lisa's always a phone call away. We talk a lot, but it's done very well. Excited just to bring something else to Buffalo, and another attraction, and we're right there actually by the Toyota plant. So it's convenient, very convenient. But so that's kind of what it got it started, and here I am, and what is that, 7 years, going on my 8th year now, but more comfortable with it, and I like it. I really like dealing with people and helping them, buy that first home. A lot of first-time home buyers, and you meet a lot of people, both sides of it, the mortgage business and the rental. You meet a lot of people, and So I like that part. And
Yeah.
I like helping people.
Yeah.
And so that's very gratifying.
Yeah, absolutely. When people are looking for the right mortgage provider, originator, what is it about Streber that you think is a draw for people? Or what about that product is something that you like to offer?
And I feel we have a lot of good local lenders in our area. And I do stress, try your local lender first. But with us, I feel probably the one thing, I was just talking to one of the realtors about this the other day, that when somebody comes to me and I take their application, I'm with them the whole process. Like, I don't hand the file over to say, here, you work this, I'm with them from start to finish. And I tell them at the beginning, look, I'm the only one that will contact you. No one else will. If you have a problem, you have a question, you call me directly. But I think that's it. Like, I feel like if someone has chose me to help them through that process, that I should be the one to work through it with them. So, just from start to finish, not just saying, okay, I brought the loan in here, work this, get it to closing. I want to be there every step.
Yeah.
So I think that's important. And the local part of it, we have a lot of great local lenders. I mean, I don't feel like there's any reason someone should call, and work with that person out of state. I just feel like there is so much here to offer. If you're here local, the market, the realtors, you have those established referral partners. There's no reason for people to go elsewhere, I guess. But I think it's just like I said, that personal, like, you're going to work with me. We're going to work through every, up and down through the process, hopefully a smooth process, and get you to the closing table. So I think that's one thing that maybe sets us apart from everyone else. So.
Yeah, that's and especially if it's somebody that's a first-time home buyer, they've never been through the experience before, to have that.
It is, and some people, I'll hear like, oh, you made this wasn't bad at all. Well, it shouldn't be. I mean, of course, you hear horror stories sometimes, and you never know. But that is one thing, we like it to be a smooth process for people. Like, look, you called me, let's start this. Just listen. It's a process, one step at a time. Get through it and get to the closing table. So.
Yeah, perfect.
So,
what our housing market is always a point of discussion here in Putnam County. What are your thoughts right now?
This time of year is when things start picking up. It's so funny, like how the year works. Like, school's about ready to be out, right? So everything starts getting busier.
Yeah.
There's always certain, like, Christmas holidays, it's always slower. Yeah. So the market, though, I can see it's starting to get really busy. It's really, I think there was a lot of just unknowns at the beginning of the year. People have kind of fell into, the rates are what they are, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I think they look good compared to what they looked at a year ago.
Sure.
So they're steady. I think that's good. Shouldn't keep people from buying a home if that's what your goal is.
Yeah.
They talk about, if you think that rate's high. A lot of people, to be honest, when my customers call, some of them might even not ask the rate.
Yeah.
They don't even talk about it. Some of them don't even ask what the payment's going to be, which is kind of scary. I like offer that information. But, when they're ready to buy a house, it's each individual. I don't think it's like you should make your decision based on the market.
Yeah.
You should make your decision based on what you're able to do and capable of doing. So, but I think it looks good right now. I think it looks promising for the last part of this year. I think it looks good. Inventory's a thing. But like I said, when school's out, people start that ready to move phase, and you see more houses coming on the market. So, but I think the last part of the year is going to be good.
Okay.
So,
Good.
that's good for everybody.
Yeah. My last question: what's your favorite? I mean, I know you've been in Putnam County, and you obviously are loving it. But what is your favorite thing about doing business here in Putnam County?
I think it's just the home feel. Like, you go to events, you go to different things, people know people. Like, it's not like you go to something and no one knows each other. So it's a close-knit community. Of course, the chamber has a lot to do with that, bringing businesses together, and, you network and you meet other businesses and bring more business into Putnam County. But I just think it's home, so it's that comfortable feeling that, you meet people. People are nice in Putnam County. We have good people here. So I think it's just that community feel that, everybody likes it here. You like to be here. You like the people. You like to network with the people. So that's probably just because it feels like home. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you for joining me for just a second.
Thank you for the invite.
We'll see you guys next time.